Hello, everybody. So I'm going to start off with a question. Have you ever received a reoccurring vision in your mind? Chances are that that's your North Star guiding you to the next chapter of your destiny. Hello, everyone. My name is Steph Mahony, and today I come here before you as a divine healer, a spiritual teacher, and a divine channel, which means that I communicate with angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters. And I have to be honest with you, my life did not start out this way. You know, for the last 20 years, I have worked with the stock markets in the financial securities industry for one of Canada's largest banks. I absolutely loved my job, and I was their number one girl. And if you asked me at that time, I could have told you with 100% certainty that I would retire there one day as an old, wrinkly lady. However, fate would have things differently. You see, for the last 10 years prior to this time, I started to receive a vision, and it began one snowy morning when I was half asleep just making my bed. And in this daydreaming mode, I suddenly got a flash of vision in my mind. And it was me on stage, a grand stage, with my arms like this, with hundreds of thousands of people. And I'm so happy, I'm confident, I'm completely in my element, and I'm like, I was just so confused by this because my life did not look like this, my career was not this at all. And I just dismissed this as some silly thought. So I threw it away until it came back again and again and again. And every time it would stay longer, it would become clearer. And I began to have higher level thoughts, higher level solutions, a higher pathway. I began to even hear behind the veil and hear spirit. I heard something speaking to me in an audible voice with love. And it was showing me this higher pathway. And eventually it was as if something was trying to present itself to me. And I had no idea what was going on because they don't teach this kind of stuff in Bible school. So I determined that it was the start of a new year, January 1st, 2020, before the whole world came crumbling down, that this was going to be the year that I figure it out. This was going to be the year I understand what is happening in my life. How do I go from a girl who loves the stock markets and suddenly I'm hearing spirits? Like, what is happening to me? So I took out my journal, jumped on my bed, rolled up my sleeves. I'm like, this is it. I'm going to set my intentions that this is the year. And I began writing, and something began writing through me. And it was so beautiful. And it was talking about all this amazing stuff that I was going to do in my life, except that none of them were my words. And I'm like, who is this? What is happening? Like, I don't understand what this is. And I was just so confused. So I did the best thing that any girl could. And I found the best psychic available. And I couldn't believe what she said. So I went to go see 4 more just to be sure. And they all told me the same thing. So this is where it just got so crazy. I met this lady. Her name was Sophia, and she's a beloved friend and mentor to me today. But she's like, Stephanie, she's like, somebody has been waiting for you. I'm like, really? I'm like, is it my grandparents? Is it my father-in-law? She's like, it's Jesus. And I'm like, Jesus? I'm like, Jesus is here, and I'm like fixing my hair. And I was like so scared. I'm like, and I was like sitting 10 and 2, you know. And she's like, Stephanie, you need to relax. She's like, listen, he is your brother. You are ready to step into the next chapter of your destiny. And he is meant to be your teacher. Your purpose in this world is to be a healer. And one day you're going to travel the whole world speaking on grand stages, talking about his teachings into a modern day time. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, listen, I just don't know if I have enough vacation time for this. And she's like, Stephanie, she's like, you're so nervous, but you have to realize that he is your brother and that he's just further along the journey than you are. Whatever he can do, you can do. But you have to stop worshiping him and just stand up and look him in your eye because he's your equal. And he's going to show you this pathway and he's going to lead you there. I was like, okay. So just like that, my whole world came crumbling down. Everything I knew to be true was flipped upside down. I loved him so much, but I'm being shown a different pathway. By this time, it was COVID. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. At the same time, people are fighting for toilet paper in the grocery stores. I'm going through this spiritual awakening. And I was absolutely in the fire, but I kept walking through. And I walked through this fire, but I didn't smell like smoke. Instead, I stepped into my power. I stepped into my purpose. I stepped into my role as a divine healer. I became a Reiki master. I became a Holy Light intuitive healer. I became a person who has the ability to connect with your energy and see the origin of your deepest pain. And through Jesus, who speaks through me when I am healing, he creates a pathway of solution to help people to untangle the mess that they're in and to create a bridge from this to that, from nothing to everything. I began to download through meditation huge amounts of information and blueprints, one which I want to share with you today, to show a person how they can reinvent their life, to live their best life. Because we're not meant to be sad and broken. We are meant to have it all. We're meant to experience happiness today. So this is a blank page, and this is where we start. Before we came into this world, all of us charted out a sacred divine purpose that each of us are meant to fulfill. All of our purposes are different. There's no better than or less than. They're all equal. They're just different. But they are so important that without you fulfilling your purpose in this world, you would leave a cosmic void in this universe. So my purpose is to show people the pathway to reinvent their life by healing their deepest wounds so they can finally have the courage to step into their highest purpose. So in your purpose lives within your heart. It's part of your soul's blueprint. Your soul's blueprint was fully charted in the stars of astrology and cemented into the universe the precise moment that you were born. I don't know what I did. Okay, so your purpose was cemented into the universe, the precise moment that you're born. This is your date of birth into the universe. We live on Earth, but what you may not realize is that we live in a quantum universe with infinite amount of timelines, infinite amount of possibilities, infinite amount of solutions. And that's what Dr. Angela was talking about, the quantum field, where all things truly are possible. We live in a place of infinite timelines, but yet you only have one North Star. Within you lives an arrow, and it only points north. North is the direction of your destiny. This is the place of your sacred dharma, what I call your $1 million life. This is the place of genuine happiness, inner peace, joy, fulfillment. And this is your birthright, and it is God's will for your life. What is important to know is that you're not meant to be happy and successful in one area of your life, but you are meant to be happy and successful in all areas of your life. Whatever you're doing that's going well, you're in alignment to. Wherever you're feeling broken, it just means that your arrow is pointing in the wrong direction. So in this place where we're meant to have it all, genuine love, peace, happiness, abundance, then the main question is that why are so many people broken and sad? The short answer is because of free will. We have the divine gift of free will. It doesn't matter what's happening in our life, the circumstances we were born into, the situations that have come into our life. It is all based on how we respond to it using our free will of choice. One choice will lead you up, and that's to the fulfillment of your destiny. And this is what Esther was talking about with conscious choice. Down is the scary place of rock bottom. And this is the place where a lot of us, unfortunately, come into sadness, because it is the place where we get stuck. Life and destiny will always come to you in the form of choices. What you may not realize when life seems overwhelming, you really just have one choice at a time. On a moment-by-moment basis, you only have one choice, and that's right or easy. Right choices will upward spiral you to your dreams. Easy choices will downward spiral you to rock bottom. It's those easy choices that we get stuck in, and unfortunately, this is where a lot of people are. This is the place where we get stuck because we take the easy road out. We make wrong decisions. We sell our soul. We do things for money instead of doing things because we genuinely want it. We get stuck here when we're living someone else's dream for a life, when we're not in alignment to living our own dream. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you human. And this is what the human experience is. But the beautiful thing is that every moment is the chance to start again. And healing is the fastest way to pivot your life back into divine alignment. From this to that, from nothing to everything. So the blueprint to your $1 million life, the blueprint to reinvent your life, is really just understanding the direction of where you're meant to go, identifying the blocks that are preventing you from getting there, healing them and pivoting. But most of us don't know these answers, and that's why we get stuck. But the good news is that as our world is ascending, there's information, there's healing energies that want to pivot you into the highest timeline of your destiny. So if you're feeling unstuck, if you are feeling stuck in your life, know that you always have the light within you to bring you back into a higher pathway. Dr. Mark was talking previously about Jesus and the power of surrender and forgiveness, and that's pretty much what's happened in my life to pivot me into where I am today. And this is what I encourage for you as well. But if you're looking for a pathway to show help and to understand, what am I supposed to do? I'm feeling confused. Then know that this information is available through the beautiful universe, through the Akashic records, through astrology, and through divine channels such as myself. So I want to thank you all today for having me and leave you with a lasting reminder that your time is now. Become the person that you're destined to be and go live your $1 million life. Thank you.